In this video, we're going to be creating a web server in Node.js, and we're also going to be creating a web server in Deno, and we're going to be comparing the two and going through some of the differences and what it takes to basically get a simple web server up and running using both platforms. So I've created an app.js file here, and let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna first get started with the Node version, and then we'll go ahead and create the Deno and kind of take a look at both of them. So here, first I'm gonna need the HTTP library. So I'm gonna require that HTTP, and then we're gonna actually create a server. So I'll go ahead and create a server, which will be equal to http.create server. And I'm not sure why I'm not getting IntelliSense. It must be VS Code. .create server is a built-in function in the HTTP library. And create server takes in an anonymous function that executes on each incoming request. This anonymous function takes two arguments, a request and a response. And we can send back something to the user using the response object. So we can go ahead and send hello world, and let's actually go ahead and try this out. Before we do that though, one thing I forgot to do is give the server a port to start on. So in order to start our server, we're gonna have to do server dot, and then we're gonna use the listen function and tell it to listen on port 3000. So now we can go ahead and open up our terminal, and we'll do node app.js, and it pretty much started. So, and it looked like I had a spelling mistake here, so this should be end, not send. Here in the browser, let me go ahead and bring it. So here, if I go to localhost 3000 and click enter, you see we get back hello world, which is the response we created here. So this pretty much concludes our web server in Node. Right now we're going to be taking a look at Deno and seeing how we can create a web server using Deno. So first of all, I'm going to need to create a file. We'll call it app.ts. The first thing we're going to need is we're going to need to import the server package that is part of the standard library from Deno. So in order to do that, we're going to use the import statement, and then this is the link or the URL to the server component. It is https deno.land/std/http/server.ts, and from that we're going to import the serve, not server, just serve. And what you're going to see is we're going to use the serve to basically create a server that listens on port 3000. So we're going to create a server that is equal to serve, and this takes an object which we can supply a port of 3000, and down here we have to create our actual server which we accept requests on. So we're gonna first create a for loop that will basically take each incoming request. So it's gonna be a process that takes time. So we're gonna use top level await, which is a unique feature in Deno. And here we're gonna have for loop for each request of the server. So each request coming from the server, we are going to take that request and then respond with a body that is equal to hello world. And there we go. So let's open up terminal. Let's kill the server that we created earlier, and let's do deno app.ts, and we get an error. And why is that? Deno run. Okay, so it's gonna give us an error because I forgot to give it the allow net flag, and if I supply that, it should now work. And there we go. So it's not going to respond with anything because we don't have a way to print once it's started. But if I bring back my browser and I refresh, we get the same output. And to prove that this is indeed the output we want, oh well, let me compile it again, and hello world 1. So it is working. So yeah, this is pretty much it. I just wanted to create a quick comparison video to show you guys the difference between Deno and Node, how we can create a web server, which is one of the common things we use both technologies for. And you can see here in the Deno version, we use top level await, which is a very unique feature within Deno, is that you can use await without enclosing that await code in an async function, because the whole code is pretty much wrapped in an async function if you think of it in that sense. So it's a very nice feature that we can just wrap certain parts of the code using await straight away. And it's somewhat less code, I believe, than the Node version, but it's fairly similar. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I hope it kind of gave you an idea of web servers and how they work within both technologies. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the comments below, and I'll make sure to answer each one of them. So yeah, that'll be it, and thanks for watching.